And my name is Anyahara Esther Favor, and I'll be your host for today's session. IEEE UNILAG is the University of Lagos student branch of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, and we are dedicated to fostering innovation, technical excellence, and professional development among students. Our branch offers a wide range of activities, including workshop, technical skills, competitions like the IEEE Xtreme. So, today's session, we are privileged to be hearing from our esteemed guest speaker. We have our proctor and we have Corey on the call, and they will share their insights and experience with the IEEE Xtreme. We'll discuss the competition format, the rules, regulation, and what to expect. So, in this session, I encourage you to just ask questions, engage with our speakers, and this is a great chance to get all the information you need concerning IEEE Xtreme. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you have a productive and informative session. And please kindly drop your reaction if you are excited for this session. Um, I would like Emmanuel to give us a brief overview of what the IEEE Xtreme entails, as he's the co-lead of IEEE Xtreme Unilag, Nigeria. Sorry, Emmanuel.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. So, my name is Shobowale Emmanuel. I'm a student of electrical electronics engineering in Lag. So, for this IEEE Extreme 18.0, so I'm the school lead for Nigerian section. I mean, that means that. So, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so what co-lead means that I'm one of the co-lead. That means that I'm like one of the people that put that was that has responsibility of coordinating among all student branches in Nigeria. So IEEE Extreme basically is a global competition where that brings together students from students and professionals from all over the world to compete for 24 hours in programming basically. Like it's a 24 hours it's a global competition in which teams of IEEE Extreme members and professionals they are given challenges like problems to solve and collaborate during that 24-hour period. So during that period of 24 hours, they work on a set of they compete each of these teams compete against each other in to solve a set of programming tasks. So that is what IEEE Extreme is about. So for the for you to participate in the IEEE Extreme, one of the first thing the first thing is that you must be an IEEE member. You must have an IEEE member for it to be able to participate in the IEEE Extreme. So that's one of the criteria for you to be able to participate in the IEEE Extreme. You must have a valid membership of IEEE because IEEE Extreme is one of the perks of being an IEEE member. So for it to participate, you have to have a IEEE valid membership, and that is IEEE membership is a yearly subscription. So when you get the membership today, it elapses the next year. So it's an annual subscription. So I think we talk about that later. So one of the benefits of participating in the prizes, that is the rewards of participating in the IEEE Extreme. There are many, they are plentiful. So there's connection, you can have like a collaboration. You meet people, there's networking opportunities, but also there's bragging right also. Then for the prizes, like the prizes for my triple extreme, so they have different prizes because there's a ranking board that shows how teams performed based on the regions. So that's one of the prize reward. Then for the rewards, the prizes given by triple extreme. So the first place team, you get to get get all expense paid trip to an IEEE Extreme conference of their choice anywhere in the world. So the winning team, that is the best team overall in the entire competition, the entire team gets the option of get the choice to choose any conference, all expense paid trip of their choice anywhere in the world. That's the first prize. Then also for the second prize, sorry, for the first prize, let me go through that again. For the prizes for the IEEE Extreme, the first place, that is the winning team, will receive an all expense paid trip to any IEEE conference of their choices. So I think IEEE, they organize different conferences all over the world. So you have the opportunity to choose anyone and to be an open all expense paid trip. So for the second prize, each member will receive a cash award of $400. So if a team comes second, you have the opportunity to get a cash prize of $400. That is per team member. Then the third place team will receive $300. That's per member. That is each member. Then for the fourth to tenth team will receive IEEE merch. That's merchandise like books, different merchandise. Then for the top 100, you receive IEEE gift bundles. That can contain a variety of things. Then everybody else will receive. Then all other participants or teams will receive participation certification. Those are the rewards. Those are the rewards for participating in the IEEE Extreme. So I think is there anything else? Like let me hand over back to you. Then if you have any question for now, we answer that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Me that I'm not a member, I need to go and get my membership card though, because all these prizes I'm hearing, my team is strong, so I know we'll win. Anyways, I really appreciate Emmanuel. We'll be moving on to our speaker for today. We have two speakers. One is in transit, so when he comes in, we'll have to pause our panel session and attend to. So we have Adelaja Abdulkoru is our first speaker for today. He was the former IEEE chair. He's a recent graduate. He's an AGBA coder, and he was an ex-participant in IEEE Extreme. So he's going to share his experience as a participant in the competition with us. Hi, Koru. It's nice to have you here.
Oh, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon, rather.
Good
Can you hear me?
afternoon.
Am I loud?
Yes,
Am I loud and clear?
yes, you are.
Okay. Good afternoon, Emily. Thanks for the introduction. I think it's nice to be here as well. So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Thanks for being here.
No problem.
So, as you've participated in IEEE Extreme. What year did you participate in, and what drew you to participate?
Um, so, I can't remember the particular year, but I think I can remember the editions of IEEE Extreme that I participated in instead. So, I think I participated in 17.0. And I think I also participated in like the 16.0, if I'm not mistaken. So that was like twice. Mhm.
That's interesting. Okay, so that means you have a very, very vast knowledge and experience. Okay, that's fine. How did you form your team, and what were the dynamics like?
Okay. So for the first team, I won't say I formed the team because then I was in my junior years. So I joined the team like with the seniors. But for the second team, um, I just looked out for like my friends that also have like interest in competitive programming. So if you're not interested in competitive programming or you are not looking to have interest in competitive programming, it might not really be like a good fit for you. But if you feel like you want to challenge your programming skill, then you have to look for people like that as well that want to challenge their programming skill, right? And then you guys form the team. So I had like a couple of friends that were into competitive programming. So it was easy. I just reached out to them that, hey, um, just pay your IEEE membership and let's participate in this competition. And they paid and they participated. That was as easy as it was. And then for the team dynamics, um, so we just mentioned. So for the team dynamics, it's not like it's not like it was an intentional thing, but in our circle we have how do I call it, expertise level, right? So but so luckily on the team, I had somebody that was like quite good, and we had another person too that was mid. So that was basically it. Yeah. So the team dynamics was just a product of like our circle. So it was not really like something that we thought about. We just wanted to have fun. So that it was not that deep. Mm-hmm.
When I
And
told
we
people
all
that Corey was an Agbakoda, they just wanted to have fun. Like into the competition just to have fun. That's very interesting. Um, the next question. What were the biggest challenges you faced during the competition?
so I think that would go back to like the first time that I participated. Right? Like I think that was like the time I faced like that was when that challenge was kind of like more obvious. Is the fact that like if it's your first time that you're going to participate in this competition, you have to learn how to take breaks. It's 24 hours. So out of the fact that okay, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. So the biggest challenge is basically like the length, like the duration of the competition. I don't think anyone here, if you've not participated in 90 Pro Extreme, would have been in a situation where you have to be up like for 24 hours doing just one thing and solving like quite difficult problems. And not just a static problem, it is dynamic as well. So it means by dynamic I means like the difficulty level increases, right? And the more difficult problems you solve, the greater your points, because lesser people would solve those difficult problems. So I'm doing that kind of thing for like 24 hours can be very very exhausting. So I think the biggest challenge would just be how do you manage like how do you manage yourself? You get like your own mental like your mental space within that 24 hours. That's the biggest challenge. And the questions too, sha, they're a bit tough. Yes. So those are the biggest challenge. Managing your time, managing your mentals, um, like your brain throughout the whole 24 hours. And the questions on their own, naturally, they were challenging. Yes. Mhm. Can you still hear me? Okay. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
Mm-hmm. Or is there anything that you want to know, like
Hi,
particularly about
Corey.
like particular challenge? Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you recall how
Mm-hmm.
were they dropped? Like at what interval were the questions added? And how often?
Okay. How often? So like what they do is like they release a question every hour, right? So like at intervals like every at every hour of the clock, right? They'll release a new question, right? So and the way they grade the question, the way they grade the points is dynamic as well. In the sense that so let's say the competition starts around 1 a.m. Nigerian time. So you would have three questions. The first one does not count because they'll just tell you to print hello world or something like that. So you don't necessarily have to do that one. Like it does not add to your points. Then you get like two other questions. So what you have to do is like you have to solve those two questions like first. So when you solve those two questions, those are the first questions that you get. There's a mark allotted to it. Now, the more people solve that question, the lower the points. So let's say, for example, imagine you're taking an exam that is graded over 10, but they are telling you now that if more people solve this particular question, we'll reduce the total score for that question from 10 to 8, right? So which means like the difficulty level of the question is determined based on the number of people that can actually solve it. I don't know if I'm making sense. So the interval is like 1 hour. So now imagine like at every hour they are releasing questions, right? They are releasing at every hour they are releasing questions. So you started 1 a.m., right? So by 2 a.m., you get a new question. By 3 a.m., you get a new question, right? So your aim is basically to solve as much question as you can. You get before the end of the yes. Yeah, that's like 24 questions in total, right? Plus the other plus the extra two, that's like 26. If you account for like the other two, because like the first question you will get will be around like three, not just one. You get three questions or two, if I remember quite well. So that's like 26 questions or 27 in total that you would get. And they can be quite difficult in the middle, right? So I think that's basically it. That I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does perfectly. That's very crazy. Okay, what platform did you use to submit your questions? How was the
Okay, let me.
question?
Mhm. Are you done with your question?
Yeah, I was asking the platform you used to submit the
Okay.
questions.
So they use CS Academy. This is it. I just sent the link to the chat right now. So they use CS Academy. So that's the platform that you are going to use for the IEEE Extreme competition. And if I would just go maybe a step ahead of your question, you can also practice on CS Academy. Like using lead code to practice might not be useful for this competition, right? Because you want to understand. It's almost like the way you want to prepare for exam. Just take CS IEEE Extreme practice questions on CS Academy, like the previous edition questions, and practice it so that you'll be familiar with the kind of questions that you should that you would get on that day. Yeah, so you can go to CS Academy, open an account, and yes, you can practice previous IEEE Extreme questions.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Can you share a memorable experience from your IEEE Extreme journey?
hmm, a memorable experience. Uh, so I would say it's the people. Like I would say it's like is the fact that like prior to them, my friend and I we know how to like participate in the competition together, right? So being able to participate in the competition together that we were all like interested in, I think that was like the main thing. Like that was like quite memorable, and it was quite funny to seeing how like seeing in real time how people can give up. Because sometimes I think we would in our own circle we would boast of okay, we had somebody on we had somebody in our circle that his own mantra was I don't give up. Okay, I'm really laughing right now. So his mantra was like I don't give up. And this person literally gave up I think around 12 p.m. We still had like 12 hours to go. So that was like quite like just the fun that you would have with the people that you participate with is like the most memorable experience. Also, just to note, I was also like the IEEE Extreme lead for the country. So the fact that I had to like organize like every student branch to like just make sure that okay, we got sponsorship for some students so that they can participate in the competition in the country. We organized our own how would I call it training, like country-wise training. It's even still on YouTube. I'll probably find the link and send it. Um, yeah, all of those contributed to like having like a memorable experience when it comes to like IEEE Extreme. So I was like the country lead for like 2 years. For the two times that I participated, I was a country lead as well. So there was that one, and there was my friend. They were like there was the fact that I participated with my friends. You get so just have fun. Like to be honest, like some like just have fun. That's the most important thing.
Okay. Next question. What strategies did you employ to stay focused and motivated throughout the 12 hours hackathon? Aside the fun aspects, aside the okay, you were with
Uh-uh,
your friends.
uh-uh. Okay, well, okay, that's not a strategy, right? Well, it means like hmm, so basically take breaks. I think that's like the mistake we made the first time, right? So take breaks, like that's number one strategy for a 24 hours competition that is like this. Your number one strategy should be pace yourself well. It's like a marathon. So what advice would you give somebody that wants to run a marathon? You just ask yourself that question. So like, okay, what advice would I give someone that wants to run a marathon? It would be, don't try to run it like a sprint. So the same thing is like, don't try to run IEEE extreme competition like a sprint, because it is not a sprint, it is a marathon. So take breaks. I'll say it again. One strategy is also to distress. So have fun, because you'll be stressed out. Don't take yourself too serious. Like don't take yourself too serious. That this or like don't be that too serious, right? Just enjoy solving the problem, engage with the problem, like try to see if you can solve it. So that way you don't stress yourself. You get. So take breaks. Any other distressing strategies that you have, utilize them. And I think the most important one to to stay focused. If you are finding like a problem very very difficult, it just means that that problem is actually difficult. So go and try something simple. Like go and find another problem that is simple. So that way somehow your brain can just kind of like relax. You get from trying to solve that difficult one. You get. And also there's no tag that is this one is difficult or not. So you would not know. So you would really want to do that as a strategy, that just to keep yourself motivated. You, mhm.
Okay, from what you said, take breaks, keep your mind motivated. If you see that a question is difficult, try solving a lesser problem. All right. How did you balance the technical aspects of the competition with teamwork and problem solving?
Okay. How do I balance the technical aspect of the competition with teamwork and problem solving? Hmm. I don't know what I should say in this case, to be honest. I don't know how to answer this question. Um, Basically, how do I balance the technical aspect of the competition? Hmm. Okay, what do you expect me to say? Like,
You were the one that participated in the competition.
okay, just kidding, right? Like, so for the technical aspect, this question is quite vague though, but like, let me try to contain it a little bit. So for the technical aspect of the competition, if you are, you don't want to have skill issue. If you are not good, you are not good. Like if you don't know anything about DSA before, you don't just learn anything about the DSA before. Like you just be looking at the question. So I think one thing to do is that like before the competition, be prepared. At least go to that CS Academy and solve some questions, right? So that way, while you are trying to solve these, how would I call it, life changing problems that would take you out of the country, right? You also, that way you would also be able to kind of like have fun. While at the same time, for your problem solving, what you want to do is like you want to have like a book in front of you. If you guys are participating physically, you want to have like a book. Don't try to use your head to solve these things. You want to have a book and a biro or a pencil in front of you. So you and your team can always like write out like pseudo code on how you would solve a problem. You get. So that way you guys as a team can come up with like a solution on paper that is not yet necessarily code, right? And yes, and just have fun, like just tease yourself. I, the reason why I'm focusing on having fun in between like solving this problem, because when it gets to that day, you just find yourself taking yourself too serious. You get, and it might really impact like your, how would I call it, your score. So I think I hope that answers that question. Or maybe you should allow them to ask their own question.
Yeah, it does. It does answer the question. I would need to pause here and check if Engineer John is available.
No problem.
Okay, I'm actually seated somewhere. I can just speak for a few minutes. I don't know if that's okay
All right,
by
that's very
all.
fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so is it like you have questions to ask, or it's something I can just talk about the competition and being a pro tour?
You can just talk about it, sir.
Basically.
As
Okay,
usual.
okay. So
I'm
thank you,
sorry.
everyone.
On
Yeah.
the call is Engineer John, and he's the protocol. IEEE Extreme.
Okay, thank you,
So he's
everyone.
going to share his insights on it.
Reginald, confirm I'm audible. Okay, so my name is Engineer Otobong John F. Young. I'm a senior member of the Institute of Electrical Electronics, and as well too, I have so many portfolios in which I'm anchoring. But for the purpose of today's webinar or enlightening section, I am IEEE Proctor. Have been a Proctor since 15.0 up till date 18.0, and as well too. Just recently, as at this competition, I'm part of the marketing Proctor Marketing and Strategy Committee. So, just a little brief about what IEEE Extreme is. I think Emmanuel said a lot of things, and also the last speaker had said so much about it, about his experience. It's something that is quite, it's something that everyone needs to get into if you're a lover of computer programming. So for the IEEE Extreme, like they mentioned, is a global 24-hour programming competition where student teams of up to 3 members compete against each other. So these teams, for being a proctor, they've been able to expand it from where it is to having a proctor to have up to 20 teams which they can proctor in this particular competition. So the competition is concluded simultaneously worldwide, allowing participants to test their skills in real time against peers globally. Participants can expect a range of problems from various domains of computer science and engineering, from algorithm puzzles to complex real-world scenarios. The intensity of the competition encourages strategy thinking, efficient time management, and collaborative problem solving, providing a unique and immersive coding experience. So, coming down to my role as a proctor, my primary role is to oversee the team's participation. So, on that day, for the whole 24 hours, I'll be there to ensure whatever teams I'm supporting, they should be able to, compete favorably. There won't be anything like network glitch. That's part of the things that could occur while you're there. I think I heard Sarah asked about the technical aspect. I think and the network having a good network happens to be one of the technical aspects in which every competitor ought to, have and stay in a good environment. So, and apart from that, we ensure adherence to the competition, meaning the rules and maintaining the integrity of the event. Because they wouldn't want a situation where there will be plagiarism or anything, or you have someone trying to, do something that is not nice. So beyond supervision, I am also here to support the team by providing guidance on competition protocols. So earlier before then, we share maybe a brief section, a brief discussion before the competition commences. Like the last speaker said, like we have different time zones. The time may not be favorable to you here in Nigeria. There are other persons that are outside the world that may start in the afternoon. Yours, you may start at night, different time zones here and there. So, but one thing is for you to be awake. I've seen places where people keep mattresses and the rest. They come together to ensure they start at the appropriate time. So, clarifying rules and assisting with technical or logistical issues that may arise. So, protocols play a like proctors, we play a crucial role in helping teams stay focused, motivated, and on track, especially during the later hours when fatigue and frustration may set in. Now, I want to let you know that even as we're also guiding the teams to, we too, we have questions, puzzle questions we also solve, algorithm questions we solve as proctors. So it's not just only the students that are competing on that day because they want to differentiate between each proctor, you know, around the world. I'm talking about globally, not just here in Nigeria alone. So they want to differentiate, what proctor had done this, what proctor had done that. So and effective problem-solving approaches. Proctors can help teams overcome common challenges and maintain their performance throughout the 24-hour period. So part of the benefits of participating in IEEE Extreme and its impact, it cannot be overemphasized. Like Emmanuel had said earlier, participating in IEEE Extreme offers numerous benefits that can significantly impact one's career. First and foremost, it provides a platform to on coding and problem-solving skills under pressure, which are highly valued in the tech industry. The competition also fosters teamwork and collaboration, preparing participants for real-world engineering challenges. Moreover, IEEE Extreme is recognized globally and performing well can enhance a participant's resume. You can use it in your resume as you're coming up, after graduation. You can just add it. You never can tell where you will present your certificates and your resume and it will be accepted. Let me give you share a brief experience about me. Like most of my profiling I've been doing, I profile myself and I add if I should see a job placement that has to do with computer programming, I add IEEE Extreme. If I should see a job that has to do with control and instrumentation, I profile most of my certifications to what I have in IEEE. Most of the travels I'm traveling, like recently I came back from India, most of the trips I go to, I also include IEEE and some of the awards I've gotten, and it's accepted globally, around anywhere you go. So it is important as students, as you're coming up, it is important you network. There are so many networking opportunities with fellow participants, proctors, and IEEE members, which can lead to valuable professional connections. So, in overall, the experience can boost the participants' confidence, competence, and career prospects in the tech field. So, I think with these very few words I've just said, I'm wishing everyone the best, and I'll be there for possible guidance where necessary to ensure Nigeria comes out the best in this year's competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the insights. Thank you so much for the words. We really appreciate. I'm handing over to Sarah if she has any questions, if she has any inputs to put. Sarah.
So hmm, so I won't say like I can't say the common ones, but so far at the top of my head, um I think I came across questions around bit manipulation. I don't know if those was around like bit manipulation, where you have to use like, let's say for example you have like two, and then you have like two, but you want to do two plus two, instead of you to just do like the normal numerical addition, like just do the normal addition. This is like a very very simple case though. Instead of you to just do like a normal two plus two, I'll give you four, right? You would now write it in form of like binary operation. Like it should still be two and two, but I think it's XOR that you used to do that. I can't remember. So that way, that does like addition. But the advantage of that one is that like It is faster because it does it at the binary level, not the same way like your addition operation that comes with a computer will do it. It's just like some low level thing. Then IEEE Extreme also, they like graphs problem. Yes, yes, they like problems on graph as well. So your graph, your trees, your trees, like you want to know like graph and trees. You want to know all of those kind of like problem. Um, Aside that, there's some problem that you can just brute force it and then you will get it. So what you want to do is like you want to check if you are using brute force, right? Or let's say your problem. I want to believe that everybody I would be assuming though that people on this call know what time complexity is. But if you don't know what time complexity is, fine, just participate in the competition and stay out fun. So time complexity, if the time complexity of your program is around like O of n squared, right? And the input size is still around like 10 raised to the power 5, it should still pass, right? Mm. Are there penalties for multiple submissions? Ah, I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember if there are penalties for like multiple submission. I can't remember if there were penalties for multiple submission. I can't remember that. I don't remember that. So your graph and your trees, then learn some bit manipulation. You should be good. And but like most importantly, just visit like the if I can share my screen, just visit the CS Academy this thing. Like just visit their sites. Like you would see this is it, right? So you will see all the problems that has ever been given in IEEE Extreme, right? So the more you solve, the more you would see the pattern of IEEE Extreme. There is a pattern actually. There is. So I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. And then you can see the topics here as well. So this is the bit manipulation one, and these are things on graphs. And ad hoc is basically you just doing brute force. Kilo. Okay, so hmm, the first one is like will googling be allowed? Yes, you're allowed to Google, but you're not allowed to plagiarize. Plagiarism is basically you mind like just lifting somebody's code and putting it inside your own code. And they will actually check for it. They will penalize you. So now this is like what happens. Like at the on the day of the competition, you might see that okay, you are um like let's say this is like your position X. Right? The final ranking is not that day's ranking. So they actually like take it back and run it against probably like a software that checks all your submissions for plagiarism, check if you use AI. And to be honest, this thing is quite easy to do. It's just string matching. You get. So they do all of that. And once they do all of that and figure out like okay, you actually plagiarize, they'll penalize you. And if they penalize you, your position will drop. Your position will drop. But I think they would even disqualify you if you can't like just do like minded lifting, like straightforward. Okay, so there's penalty for like it's not allowed for you to plagiarize, but you are allowed to Google. Let's say, for example, you don't know you want to use sorting like the sort function in Python, and you've forgotten how it is being used. You don't know if it is like a method or a function, right? You can Google that one. You get like that one is allowed. So and it's not proctored, so it's not proctored. Like I mean, like when I mean like it's not proctored, I don't mean like you have a proctor, but like they're not watching you. They're not watching what you are doing at that point in time. So yes. Can you use ChatGPT? I think that's like the next question. So yes, you can try ChatGPT. So before, as at when we did our own, ChatGPT could not solve some problems. But I'm aware now that ChatGPT is now quite strong, that it can actually solve some problem. Because we're organizing something similar to IEEE Extreme as well. And we are trying to make sure that you guys are not able to solve those problems. So but now ChatGPT can solve some of those problems. So ChatGPT is quite strong now. So if I would give you hints, you can try ChatGPT. So okay, it's not good to say this. Like have fun, like try to solve it yourself. You get like the main thing is not the money now. Like is it not to solve the problems? Yes, you get marks for like some of those questions. Like it's like an exam now. They won't give you zero, so they'll give you a fraction of like what you got. And don't forget like the total mark for equation again depends on the number of people that were able to like that would, like number of people that actually solve those problems. Like that actually solve the problem. So if you have more people solving a problem, the score would reduce. Yeah. So I answered your question and I added my own too. Yeah. So you get a fraction of what you saw.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Okay,
afternoon.
thank you. The question I want to ask now is, for the first position, all that was written there, or what I saw, what was explained was that the team that wins will be able to go to an IEEE event around the world, anywhere in the world. Yeah, of course, terms and conditions apply. But now I'm a bit bothered. Like, okay, is it just for okay? Aside from the travel, what other thing are they going to get? Because the other groups are getting cash prizes, so I was expecting that same would also apply to those who would get the first position. Thank you.
Can I? Okay. Can I? Okay. So, hmm, would you rather meet Obama or I give you 1 million naira?
Okay, okay, okay. It's
Yeah. So sometimes like your network can be more than like your the assets that you have can be more than like the immediate money that you can make. So you going for the conference. Um, I've seen cases where like people actually like went for like IEEE conference, and they were able to convert it to get fully funded postgraduate studies, just because they went for a conference, they met a professor there, you are at the conference because of how good you are. So whoever is missing you that day has like a perception of you. So now it now depends on how you're able to leverage the opportunity of being in that conference. Do you get? So to them, they understand that, and that's why they're offering you that over offering you money. And I don't think you can also convert it to money, though. I don't think you can. Well, maybe you can check the rules and regulation. I sent the link. I sent the link to the rules and regulation here. Everything concerning plagiarism and the prices and every other thing that you might have concerning rules. Is, I think is was attended today. So take first and just go out, go for your conference.
All right.
Hi, Emmanuel. You might have to share something with us concerning IEEE Extreme.
Okay, yes. Don't before we round it up. So, for the first time, IEEE Extreme, they're going to run a mini hackathon, like a shorter version before the 24 hours version. So, what this entails, what this means is that if you register a team before the 18th of next month, so we have an opportunity to participate in the pre-extreme, which we hold on the 21st of next month. So it will be a 6 hours version of the 24 hours version where you will tackle some challenges. Where you'll be able to tackle the kind of problems you will tackle for the main competition. So for you to participate in this pre version, you just have to register a team before the 18th of next month. It will be for 6 hours on like the 24 hours version. The competition will not go for 6 hours on the 21st of next month. So that's the criteria to participate in the pre-extreme.
So, Sarah, yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Do you have a WhatsApp platform? You can see questions coming up from the chat. This thing. Do you have a WhatsApp platform where you can add, interested and participate? Also add me too, and then possibly let's take a group photo so that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please, I want to ask, is it possible for me to have team members who are non-Unilag students join me for the competition?
Okay, I'll be honest, I don't know, but I don't think it works that way. But I think the best person to answer it would be the Proctor Shobowale, because I never thought outside the box like that. That's really outside the box, honestly. I like that.
Okay, so for every universities we have teams. So wow, it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, what is it called? Not Emmanuel. The first speaker, is he still there or he has left?
Is it, Emmanuel? Yes, I think the answer is no. But I think
Yes.
it's a student brand competition. But I can find out. I can clarify. I can find out and clarify. If but for now, just take it as the answer is no for now. Since the they're competing, student branches are competing against other branches. So I think the answer is no. But I can clarify. I can ask the leadership and clarify. But for now, just take it as no for now. Since is competing is teams against other teams in other branches, other student branches. But I'll be able to clarify when I reach out to the region lead this afternoon.
and the team. So, sorry, just to add to what you have said, it's not just the SBs alone. The competition is even within the SBs as well too, because we have several teams in a particular SB. So one team from Unilag can take first, the other can take third. So it's within teams, but it's difficult to have people from other SBs joining another SB. That's that. Thank you. Are you using your camera? Are you using your system, your laptop? Uh-huh. Roger.
Okay, Sarah, I think you could check the menu button. I think there should be a way you can change your view so that you can see like more ties on your screen. How many ties can you see right now? Just one. So you could nine. So I think there's a way you can check the menu button. There should be, I can't recall. I'm currently using my phone right now.
But if eventually you can't see everybody, you can just take individual, individual layouts. How does it?
You've learned something, yeah, Sarah. So please, can we on our cameras, so that so Sarah, lead us now, on yours now. Let's see your face. Okay, I can see Emmanuel for the first time. That is the beauty of IEEE. I can see Sarah, I've seen Favor, I've seen Kingsley. But unfortunately, you guys were not there during, what is it called? Africa ASYPC, Student and Young Professionals, last year in Abuja. Who attended? Okay, okay. Okay. What about others? Can you on your cameras so that let's have.
Michael, your camera is not on.
So you can start taking, eh? Yeah. Make our slides no finish, eh?
Gina, the man of the moment. Say you want to go South Africa. Thank you. Chad.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, everyone. Bye.